Okay,
You're not the first one.
It's not garbage.
You're not the first person I've run across that thinks this. And,
yeah, I know.
And
we're a problem right
those
now.
other people went to jail too.
Good.
It's not good.
It doesn't change
it shouldn't
the fact
happen.
that I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
What's going on, y'all? This is Brandon, aka the Port City Attorney. Today, we're gonna be reacting to a video called Lady is Convinced the Laws Don't Apply to Her. Let's see if she is correct or mistaken. Let's check it out.
Young lady, Officer Banks, Golf Breeze Police Department. I'm pulling you over. You're doing 54 and a 35. Any reason for that speed tonight?
Where's the 35?
Before you got off the bridge, and as soon as you came off the bridge. All this is 35.
I was going 40, I thought.
Nope. You got your license, registration, proof of insurance.
You don't have to have a license to drive a car.
Yes, you do.
You do not?
15-7, 41 with me. Ma'am, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle.
Am I a crime?
Yeah, you are being detained right now. Step out the vehicle, young lady.
I know my rights.
Either you step out the vehicle or I will remove you from the vehicle.
I know my rights.
15-7, sovereign supervisor,
right
sovereign citizen.
I love it. He called SovCit immediately. I don't know their codes, but my assumption would be that 5475, whatever he said, was code for I got a bat crap crazy person who's a sovereign citizen. Okay, so first off, the officer did the right thing and basically stated the reason why he was stopping her, that she was speeding, that she was exceeding the posted speed limit, going 50 into 35. She said, well, I thought I was going 40. Listen, the problem with that is you're still admitting to committing a traffic violation, which then by your own admission, makes the stop good. Right? You admitted that you were speeding, so there's reasonable suspicion that you were violating a traffic code or a criminal code, and therefore he had reason to detain you and pull you over. Because he had reason to detain you and pull you over, he can then ask for your license, he can then pull you out of the vehicle and do all those things that she is not happy about. So don't admit to anything. Just say, why'd you pull me over? And that's it. Boom. Done.
Did you hear what I said? You need to get a supervisor out here right now.
No, you need to step out the vehicle right now. Young lady, step out the vehicle. Step out the vehicle. Last time I'm going to ask you. I'm going to ask, and then I'm going to make you step out the vehicle.
You're going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
No, you're going to step out the vehicle right now.
You are going to get me a supervisor out here right now.
That's fine.
I know my rights.
What right is that?
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I know my rights.
Okay.
Very well.
That's what you want to stick with?
Call a supervisor right
Okay.
now.
I'm gonna call freaking Carl Bismarck.
You are weird.
Yeah, you're a weird
You don't even know who you are.
Snitch, because I'll tell
I'm a
Carl
snitch.
Bismarck.
I'm a snitch.
I know who you are.
Call Carl. I don't even know who
dead.
he is.
All right.
Right now.
Or else what?
I know my rights.
If I don't call a supervisor, or else what?
I guess we're not going to go anywhere then.
Okay.
Educate you on what the law is.
Okay. He could educate me on what the law is. What? So do you have an ID or you have a driver's license?
No, I don't have a driver's license on me.
Okay. Do you have one issued to you in Mississippi? So why would you need a driver's license to drive on the road if you don't need a license?
That is the operative question. That's correct. Why would you need a license if you don't need a license? That doesn't make any sense.
That was years ago.
Oh.
What is your name and badge number?
I already told you my name. It's Officer Banks.
What is your badge number?
It's Officer Banks.
Are you failing to...
Are you failing to give me your driver's license?
I don't have to give you a driver's license.
Man, she thinks she's doing something, but she's not. So cops don't necessarily have to give their name and badge number unless there's a local ordinance or a state statute that requires them to do so. However, you most likely have to produce identification if you're suspected of committing a crime. That's pretty universal. So she's being a sovereign citizen, which we love here on this channel. And she's being combative, which we don't love as defense attorneys, but we love it. We love combative people being silly for the purpose of this channel. I don't represent her, so I can just breathe a sigh of relief and just enjoy this sweet, sweet sovereign citizenry that's happening before our eyeballs.
License to drive a car. This is not a commercial vehicle.
Okay.
I'm not driving, I'm traveling.
Okay.
I have all the laws back here.
Okay. So you're not going to give me a driver's license?
I'm not going to give you a driver's license. I don't have to give you a driver's license.
Okay.
I'm traveling. I don't have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Okay. And what state is that?
Any state. It's common law, natural law.
Okay.
Constitutional law.
Okay.
You need to get a supervisor out here.
I do?
Yes.
Okay. So what law?
Requesting your supervisor.
So just like I'm requesting your driver's license.
Well, I'm sorry, I don't have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Okay. Sorry, Turner. A, she won't identify. She won't produce a driver's license. She's doing 58.
Yes.
Okay, I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Let my officer speak first, then I'll speak to you.
Her vehicle stopped for speeding. 54 and 35 coming off the bridge. She asked me where the speed limit was, saying that it's before she got off the bridge. She actually did a U-turn. We were in the 35 zone. We pull over here. I introduced myself. I said any reason why we're driving this fast. And I said, you got your license. She immediately goes into, I don't need a license to drive the vehicle.
Okay.
And then she said, I am traveling.
So, you do need a license to drive the vehicle. And you do have to identify.
So here's my first critique of what the officers are doing. Obviously, dealing with sovereign citizens is pretty painful, but neither the officer who initiated the stop nor the supervising officer who showed up at the request of the suspect has cited the statute which requires you to have a license to travel on the road. So this is something helpful to have written down in a notebook or on your phone or something, so that if you come across a crazy sov-cit person, you can cite an actual statute and say, pursuant to whatever code, whatever number, you do have to have a license to travel on the roads of the state in which we are in.
You're wrong, but okay.
I know common law, natural law.
I don't care about common law. You're in the state of Florida. You're in the state of Florida.
Of course we're in Florida, baby. That's where we do these things.
You're in the state of Florida.
It doesn't matter in what state
It does matter.
I'm in the U.S.
It does matter. So you better hope the information you gave us comes back as to being you. So at this point in time, I need you to shut the vehicle off and step out of the car.
I'm not getting out of the vehicle.
You're gonna get out of the car.
I haven't been suspected of a crime.
You are being legally stopped on a traffic stop. You are not being cooperative. It is not a Terry stop.
What
Trust me, I know the difference. You were speeding. Turn the vehicle off and get out of the car. Out of the car now. Undo the seatbelt.
Turn the vehicle off.
Turn it off now.
Officer Schaefer, unbuckle her.
Put all that down.
Turn off, face away.
Turn around.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle.
Yes, you do.
No, I do not.
Well, then you can tell that to the judge if you end up going to jail.
I do not have to have a driver's license to drive a vehicle. I have all the laws right there.
I don't care what laws you say you have.
I know that you don't care.
My question is, how big is her car that she has all the laws back there? Is like, are they books? Because I've seen legal libraries. They are stout and heavy. That car wasn't dragging. So maybe she's got a computer with all the laws in there, or maybe she's just bat crap crazy.
Because you're supposed to be a police officer.
You should know that you should know that this conversation's over then.
You don't care about the laws. You don't care about our rights.
Have a seat.
I need to call.
Have a seat.
I need to call somebody. Yes, I do.
Call somebody from Santa Rosa County Jail. You're under arrest.
Take the Bluetooth transmitter out of her ear. Come on now.
I live right down there.
Where's your ID out of, or your license out of?
Mississippi.
I just thought you didn't have one. You just said you don't need one.
This is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous. We're not going to play any of these games with you tonight.
It's not a game. This is my rights as a citizen.
It's not your rights.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. You're in the state of Florida. The state of Florida requires you to have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle.
It doesn't matter what state I'm in.
See, that's your problem, is you say it doesn't matter, but it does. In this country, it does. I don't care about what laws you say you have. We know your rights.
No, you don't.
You don't know your rights.
Yes,
no,
I do.
you don't. Because if you knew your rights, you knew, or you would know, and should know, that you must have a driver's license to operate a motor vehicle. If I find out that you are not giving us the right information to identify you,
the right information. Why would I do that? I'm trying to use my rights as a legal citizen. Why would you do that?
Another piece of advice, just in general, don't engage in a battle of wits or an argument with somebody who is, let's say, not as formally educated. Or we can just say stupid, because they're going to beat you every time. They're going to drag you down to their level. And you see how the cop is just trying to argue, and he said, like, I don't care about your rights or whatever. He's digging himself a hole because he didn't mean to say that, right? Just don't argue with people who are, just a little whoo-hoo. You're not going to bring them to your level, but they're going to drag you down to theirs.
well, you would do that because you don't have a valid driver's license.
I don't have a valid driver's license. I don't have to have a valid driver's license.
You do.
No, I do not.
Okay. Then we'll let the judge determine that.
You can't arrest me. I haven't done anything wrong.
We can arrest you.
No, you can't.
If you don't have a valid driver's license, we most certainly can.
Can I please call my mother?
You cannot.
Why?
Because you don't need to call you. Are you an adult?
Yes.
Then why do you need to call your mother?
to come and get me from jail since I'm being illegally detained.
You will be able to call her once you get there.
Can I at least lock my car?
We will make sure it is secure.
What are you going to do with my car?
Probably tow it.
Why?
Because you are driving without a license.
I don't have to have a license to drive. That is commercial driving.
It is not commercial driving.
Yes, it is.
Ma'am, I'm telling you right now. No, stop. I'm telling you didn't piss us off. We are doing our job.
No,
whether you
you're
agree
not.
or not doesn't matter. It's a
You
mute
take
point.
orders from the top. You don't know the laws and the rights. Law is canon law.
We do.
Sergeant Turner.
And in this country, what laws do we follow?
Canon law. Y'all follow canon law. We follow
The rest
natural
of
law.
Who is we?
Law.
Who is we? Who is we? Tell me who we is.
Police officers.
No,
not
police
peace officers.
Here's the problem. He still hasn't stated the reason why she's being arrested. I mean, he stated the reason, but he hasn't cited a statute. And he's engaging in this fruitless dialogue with this person who doesn't know a single thing that she's talking about. I'm going to say it again. Don't engage with stupid people.
We are police officers. We're not peace officers. We're police officers. You don't know your rights, clearly.
I haven't been ugly to y'all. I haven't yelled at you.
You have
ran
not
away.
been cooperative.
I haven't been cooperative in what?
Not
silent?
at all.
Just go with it?
No, just be honest.
No, she was correct about one thing. Thank the heavens. She got one thing correct, but it's lost in the sea of stupidity. You're right. Be silent. Go along with it, because you don't win arguments on the street. You win arguments in the courtroom. Even if they're bad arguments, at least you can make them. This is not the place to make them.
Sergeant, please.
You don't have a license.
Okay, I'll never drive again.
Yes, you will. Because you believe you don't have to have a license.
I'll go get a driver's license tomorrow.
Well, wait a minute. Now you're telling me that you'll go get a license.
Because you're telling me
you
that I have no
believe
choice.
you don't. That's correct. You have no choice.
Sergeant Turner,
So
please
this is the This is the road that's being taken, and this is what's going to happen. You failed to appear on a court appearance for what was it? Expired license.
This comes full circle. She don't have a license because she got arrested for not driving with a license. How crazy is that?
Real quick, I just wanted to say that Attorney Tom / Attorney Reacts content is now on Spotify. We just launched a partnered show, link in the description. Go check it out. Now, back to the video.
So your Mississippi driver's license is expired, okay? And the registration. So you had a court date that you missed. Do you remember that?
No, I don't.
You don't, or you choose not to?
No, sir. I would not lie to you. I don't lie. I do not remember that.
Okay, well, you do have a warrant out of Santa Rosa County. So regardless.
Damn, they didn't even just suspend her license. They issued a warrant. So now she's really going to jail.
Santa Rosa County.
You're in Santa Rosa County. Do you not know where you live?
I just moved here. My
When?
mother lives on High Point.
When did you move here?
About 2 months ago from Pascagoula, Mississippi.
In some states, like the state that I'm in, failure to identify the DMV of a move is an additional crime. So the more she talks, the more she's digging herself a hole and the more charges they could potentially levy against her. So say it together, say it with me. Don't talk to the cops without a lawyer.
Well, you are going to jail tonight.
Well, thank you, Sergeant Turner.
You're welcome. I can do that too. I can stare at you.
Again, dude, just have some professionalism, quit engaging in stupid arguments with her, and just take her to jail so she can have a bologna sandwich.
Let me go and handle my warrant tomorrow.
No, we can't.
Right, because y'all have something to prove.
I don't have anything to prove. My officer certainly doesn't have anything to prove. What
Can I
we
please
want
just
you
call
to
my mother?
understand is there are laws that you have to follow. Whether you agree with them or not is a moot point. Because if you choose...
He keeps using that word. He doesn't know what it means. It's moot, not mute. Mute is what both of them should put their voices on, and probably what people in the comments are going to say, oh yeah, you're talking too much. Ah, you know what? It's a mute point, buddy. Okay, but I appreciate you coming by and appreciate you, contributing to the discourse.
Can I please call my
No,
mother?
you will be able to call your mother from the jail. By the time you get booked in and everything, it'll be early enough in the morning. You can call her and she'll probably be getting up.
This is going to
So
take
why-
hours?
It's not going to take hours, but it's going to take some
Sergeant
time.
Turner, please. Can you just
The
give
answer
me that
is no.
You got some karma.
I'm not worried about my karma.
I know.
No, you know what I'm actually worried about?
There
It's
are
people
laws
like
that
you
don't
who
matter.
believe that laws don't pertain to them. And that's just
They
not
don't.
the case.
They don't.
Then enjoy spending a lifetime in and out of jail, because
I've
that is
never
what
been
will
to jail.
happen. If you continue to act like this and do this, it will.
I'm not acting like anything.
Then
I'm
I
telling
would
you
suggest
that
moving
what my
back to
rights
Mississippi.
are. I'm not not moving back to Mississippi.
Then if you stay living here and driving a car without getting a valid driver's license, that is what is going to happen.
I've already been through roadblocks with state troopers with this.
Then they're not very good state troopers.
Yes, they are, because they know they're right.
No, if they let you through with this garbage, they're not.
This is not garbage.
It's garbage.
Have you done any research into it?
More than you will ever know.
Okay,
You're not
well,
the
then
first
you would know
one.
it's not garbage.
You're not.
I don't think the officer is being truthful with himself here because he hasn't cited a single statute. He just keeps saying that I know the laws and you don't. It's that authoritarian, hey, look, trust me, bro. I read this on Reddit type of energy is what I'm getting. Cite the statute. That's your job. You're a cop. Cite the statute so she'll shut up and you can move on with your time. I get it. It's 2 a.m. You're bored. The only other alternative rather is to sit in your car and take a nap. But just be professional, okay? Don't stoop to her level.
So here's what I am curious about. Because you're right, I do want to know more. Is that your car?
Yes, that's my car.
So you're the registered owner of that car?
Yes.
So at one point it had a valid tag and registration.
Right, because if I rode around without any tag, that would just be asking for trouble.
So you're basically masking the fact that you don't believe the laws apply to you.
I have to do whatever I have, run through these hoops that y'all put us through just to get by.
You mean these? Yes. Where's the gun in the car?
The gun? There's no gun in that car.
There seems to be ammo.
The gun's in a pawn shop.
When did you pawn it? So why are you still just carrying around ammo?
I didn't know that ammo was in there. What's wrong with carrying around ammo? What can I do
Nothing.
without a gun?
Nothing, all right, is wrong with it. But if there's ammo, normally there's a gun. And since the vehicle's being towed, we want to keep the gun in safekeeping.
Again, they're not communicating at all. So what they're doing, they're performing what is called an inventory search of the vehicle. It's a nice little trick that law enforcement likes to use in order to be able to search your vehicle whenever they're going to tow it, right? So they didn't have a reason, they didn't have reasonable suspicion, they didn't have probable cause to perform a warrantless search of her vehicle. However, they are going to tow it. So they're going to perform what's called an inventory search. Basically, it is a search to make sure that whenever you get your car back, you get everything back that was in it. So it gives them a reason to search around the vehicle and make sure that they just mark everything that was in there, including illegal substances that they can then charge you with later. Now, they couldn't find a gun, and so what they're asking for is where the gun is, probably not so that they can keep it safe for safekeeping, but that they can charge her with carrying a concealed weapon if she doesn't have a permit. So again, if you're a cop, just communicate what you're doing, because if you're not doing anything wrong, you can communicate. If you're a suspect, don't talk to the cops. Hey! Oh, and also, it's not illegal to carry a gun. You just have to have a permit if it's going to be concealed, depending on the jurisdiction in which you reside. All right, so I got a potential problem with this. They didn't have to search the backpack. They might even need a warrant to search the backpack. They can search the car to perform an inventory search, and they could notate that there's a backpack in the car and that it was unopened, and then take it back to the station and get a warrant if they need to search it. But I don't know the laws in their jurisdiction, but that's certainly an argument that a defense attorney could have when they inevitably charge her with felony possession of cocaine, because my argument would be they had no reason to search the backpack. They didn't need to include that on the inventory. They could have left it closed. If they suspected something was in it, they could have gotten a warrant, but they didn't. And, she made them mad. So they're going to search the car and do whatever they want. But she needs to stop talking, because if she mentions anything about the drugs, she's going to back herself into a corner.
15 golf breeze. Even though you sent the warrant, stand by. Give me your full name. Look at me. Give me your full name. Give me your full name. Drugs inside the vehicle. You are under arrest now for possession of felony narcotics.
I didn't give y'all permission to search my vehicle either.
Your vehicle's being towed. We're inventorying it. We're not searching it.
Again, he should have said that earlier.
You say that our laws don't matter to you, so what does it matter?
How many laws right now?
No, there's plenty of laws. You're just breaking them.
I don't have to mind laws that aren't valid. Statutes, mandates, codes.
So
none of that matters.
So under our Constitution, it still gives the state governments the right to govern themselves, correct?
That's right, and the sheriff has all the power.
That's right. The sheriff does. He is
Yes,
head law enforcement officer.
He's not part of NATO. He's not part of the Council on Foreign Relations.
Again. Oh my God, quit interacting with her. The sheriff is not the head law enforcement officer, a municipality, maybe a county, but arguably the prosecutor, or the district attorney is. So, but the cops should probably know more and just stop engaging with her. But he's not a part of NATO. Statutes don't matter, she says.
I'm not part of NATO either.
Well, you take orders from the top.
Nope, I don't.
Yes, you do.
You know who I take my orders from? My chief of police.
Exactly. And he takes orders from the top.
Who's the top?
Top G, baby.
You want me to give him one name? I mean, that would be impossible.
Well, I don't know who the top is.
I've seen this argument before. Not this video or the points being raised specifically, but I have a 4-year-old and it's a lot like that. And so I just don't argue with my 4-year-old, just like you shouldn't argue with this person in the car.
Oh, and I'm sure you're the expert.
Yeah.
You're not.
I have rights and I live in America.
Decide which laws to follow.
I don't take orders from anybody.
Nobody's giving you
Except
orders.
God.
Nobody's giving you orders because
That's an order.
you violated Florida state law.
I violated a law that someone made up that's not legal.
The Constitution.
This is so cringy.
Yeah.
By people.
Yeah, and God.
Those same people put laws into place even back then. No, I just know that you have
take
to have a
money from
driver's license.
The people in the community.
We
Y'all
don't
should
t-
be helping the people.
We do help.
No, you don't.
We do.
You
don't know anything.
pickpocket everybody.
You don't know anything about us.
I do.
To sit there
I
and
do.
say that I don't help anyone, that my officers over there don't help anyone.
Y'all aren't helping me right now.
You're not helping yourself.
This shit came in this.
Pretty sure my office is haunted because my shredder just started going. So sorry about that.
Because you choose to not get a valid driver's license.
That's totally changing.
You're just playing a victim.
I'm not playing a victim.
That's what you're doing.
I'm not a victim. I'll never be a victim. I hate that mentality.
Then why are you playing all these excuses as to you don't need a driver's license?
It's not an excuse. I have the laws in that car. That's why I ride around with them.
Why? To
I have
educate,
the book of the Constitution in
to
there.
educate people like me?
Neither of them can cite anything from the Constitution. They haven't yet. Nothing. Crying out loud. This is sad.
I don't think that you're interested in learning anything.
I don't
think that
think
you're
you-
very stubborn.
I don't think you know anything about me to even get to make that comment.
What? My opinion is that.
I know you got charges.
That's
That
fine.
warrant is.
Yeah, I could have guessed that they were going to charge her the DUI just because she seems like she was on something. All right, so moral of the story is don't engage with stupid people because they're going to pull you down to their level. You have to have a license to drive a car in most, probably all states. Keep your arguments to yourself. You know, don't talk to the police. Invoke your right to have an attorney present. And, you know, just don't do what she did. Or him. I mean, he wasn't a great shining example of what an officer should do on a stop either. Thanks for joining. What do you think? Do you think that she was correct? Do you have the, the same ideas that you don't need a license to travel, that travel should be unfettered? There is an argument there. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. We'll see you next time.
Big verdict.